Hi, folks. How you doing? Welcome to another edition of Saracki and Sterlace here with our very special guest all the way from Kenmore.
No, he's from
Tymn,
New Mexico.
New Mexico. New Mexico. Really, Taos?
No, Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
That is pretty far.
I only stopped in Albuquerque once. Ate at this place called the Sirloin Stockade. I wonder if it's still there. That was back in '86. How long you been there?
Since 95.
95. Wow.
Yes.
Good town. Greg, how about you? You don't really have a camera, Greg, so we're just going to keep you. I don't know. You don't mind that, do you?
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, cool. All
Doesn't
right.
matter to me.
All right. What did you think of Tim's music back in the '80s?
It was very noisy.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
I saw it a couple times.
You gotta move your ball up. Okay. Was your music noisy in the 80s? I remember it being noisy.
It was loud. It was a wall of sound.
Was it noisy too? Is noisy like wall of sound and loud?
Noise.
Noise. What genre was it back then?
We were going for more of the punk Euro thrash sound, not so much just the American hardcore. So we had a blend. We had influences from like Toronto and New York City clashing together here.
Clashing together.
Wait, that's right. I heard you're Canadian.
That's right.
What's it like being Canadian?
It's very liberating.
Do you feel you're better than us people that were born in the United States of America?
I'm actually a dual citizen now, so I can feel both the countries.
What do you feel about your birth, that you're better than us because we're all slugs up here in the United States of America? Down here in the United States of America?
Oh, absolutely.
What?
No, Greg, I just trying to start controversy here, and I don't think that's cool, Greg.
That's controversy? I'm just kidding around.
I don't know.
Stupid.
I don't know, Greg. I don't know.
Did I feel controversial?
I do remember Tim from that magazine, though. Remember that weekly magazine that Tim Switilla put out?
Yeah.
Second Story.
Yeah.
Right.
There was a whole article in there, and he was in there with Basil.
You were in there with Ann what's her name?
Hanavan.
Were you in there with Ann Hanavan?
Yeah.
Might have been. It was
Yeah,
a
they had a-
backstory.
They had a
I remember
fashion
that.
thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was seeing Ann at the time.
Yeah.
And there was Tim Tension.
Yeah.
And then my sister wrote an Elvis article for that paper.
Yeah, Second Story.
They were all three.
And it was another Tim Switilla.
That's right.
Yeah,
Tim
like you
Switilla.
said.
He's the late Tim Switilla.
So what do you do? Change the name of the band to Wicked Tension?
That was because of distribution. We've been Tension. A lot of people know us as Tension. And then when we got onto CD Baby, there were 9 other bands called Tension.
9. So Tension's like such a common name that...
Very much so, including there was a boy band out of Taiwan, which we don't quite match the genre.
Which album is this?
Wait a second here.
This one is
Death of a Nation?
Death of a Nation. That's available on CD Baby and most of the Spotify, iTunes, downloads, Apple, Amazon.
Corey, why don't you hold this?
It's a nice cover.
Tony did that artwork.
Tony Bellani?
No, Tony Farrow, our drummer.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It is cool. I
It
like
is very
that.
nice artwork.
Yeah, excellent. So can we play a cut now, Tim? We want to play Temple of Buttocks. Could you explain this song,
That's track
please?
5.
Yeah. What's
Track 5.
Set up the
Yeah.
It's track 5, Temple of Buttocks.
Temple of Buttocks was one of the first songs written by Troy when he came to our band, and he was calling it Tim's Buttocks or something like that. And
Referring to you?
since we had control of the typewriter for the album jacket, it became Temple of Buttocks.
All right, so here we go with Temple of Buttocks. It's a song, track 5.
God, I hope this
on
works.
This, so do I. Here we go.
Is this it?
This is it.
Yes.
Okay.
Arise and walk with me. Talk is cheap, but speech is free. To the purpose of democracy, the precipice of liberty. It's not a place you go, it's a place you're sent. It's not a problem now while there's money to be spent. It's not a race that's run, it's not a race that's fun. It's a race goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
All right, now we're going to do a little quick edit here, Greg. So do you still play around Albuquerque?
We play more up around here.
Oh, really?
Yes. The band members live in different places. Mark lives out in New York City area. Tony's in L.A. I'm in Albuquerque, and Troy's in West Seneca.
Oh.
So we mostly come up here, fly up here, do some shows. Last year we did Toronto, St. Catharines, and Buffalo before Music is Art. Now we're going to do Stamps in Tonawanda. March we're planning to do Brooklyn, Queens, and we're sort of expanding by going to a certain area, playing 3-4 shows, and expanding a little at a time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Great.
Is it still as enjoyable as it was when you were young?
It's better now than when we were young because we don't have to live off it. So
It's more like just a fun thing to do once in a while.
it's though we were really serious about what we were doing, sometimes the trips are more like fishing trips that people go on, where we can really enjoy just getting together. We rehearse, we go play some shows, we have a lot of fun, we have some merchandise. We're not relying on the door to pay our rent when we get back, and or pay our bar tabs, which was often the case.
Uh-huh.
And we're meeting some really cool bands along the way, as we usually grab some opening bands. In St. Catharines, we had a few, Well and Wasted, and there was memories going on that. In Toronto, there was a lot of good bands too. So just to hang out with them and play music is a wonderful thing. The show set up for Friday, Mike Union wanted to get this going because
This is in Stamps?
at Stamps.
Yeah.
Because he says the young guys have to know you guys. You know, they know of you, but they haven't heard you because they weren't around in '82.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. You get a younger younger crowd than you. I would picture like a whole bunch of
It's
like
all
old,
nostalgia
old
people.
punk rockers like us,
Nostalgia.
me and Greg, going,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like when, you did
party.
like when you did the Continental Reunion show, you mostly had old people like me there.
Yes, we had 900 old people there. And since everybody couldn't stand in the back, they kind of pushed some people up front, which was wonderful because there were people right up against the stage. And it was wonderful.
But your regular gigs that are not Continental Reunion, are they more like Tim's saying? Are they more? You get young kids watching you?
We're getting young kids, and we're getting other. We get young and old now. Some of them are friends or have known us from a long time ago. I think when we did Canada, I had many members of my family show up. They were because they needed to pay the bar tabs, and they were very, very good and supportive of us playing. And we're trying to get more into the younger groups because they have these things here called punk houses now, where a lot of new bands start out. There's not a lot of places like the Continental that we had that you could get together young, play, get a decent pay, and have a decent audience in front of you.
Well, these are punk houses. They're people's houses where they have parties with punk bands.
Yes.
So you're playing. Well, this is going to be on. Should be on the internet on September 5th. So you're playing Friday to September 7th. You said it somewhere.
That's correct.
Where
It's
did you say
Stamps.
Stamps?
Well, we're playing Stamps in Tonawanda, which is
It's still
something
local. Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
heard of that place. Where is it in Tonawanda?
that Main Street, 98 Main Street.
So you're playing there Friday
Greg,
night.
you ever play there?
No, I never heard of it. Is it new?
Neither have I.
Is it a new joint?
I've heard of other bands playing there, so I'm just happy to be going there. And there will be about 5 bands on the list, and we'll be playing that night.
What about the punk rock house? What's that?
The punk rock houses are more of houses that young bands have, and there are large spaces. I can't go into too much because I may be.
Oh yeah, you can't say where it is even, right?
Well, some places are better off not knowing, So
Yeah,
I
of
think there's a
course.
good mystery to that.
And are you playing Rochester while you're here?
Not this time. We tried
Oh, okay.
to look into places like Bug Jar, and they were booked up for a bit, and so we'll probably look at that next time. We'd like to get back out there and play. Even though there's shorter or fewer places to play, it seems that those that are good venues are booked up now for many months. So you have to sort of break into it and get yourself on the list sooner.
So you got to set up way in advance before you plan your trip from New Mexico.
Oh, always. Like there's plans to go into Brooklyn and Queens, etc. in March. We're planning that.
What about Music is Art? You played there already, you said, right?
Yes, we played there.
Do you like that event?
I do. I think
It's got 6 million bands, Tim.
Yes, and we'll be there at 3 p.m. on Saturday at the new stage that they have, which is on
Ohio
Street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the Painkillers are playing.
Yeah,
That's right. They're playing a little after us on that same stage, which is a nice oasis because there's a beer tent over here and food trucks all along Ohio Street, and great bands playing right there.
Who wants to be in Riverworks anyway? You want to be out where the people are.
Be out
Greg.
with with Wicked Tension and Painkillers.
That's right, man. You don't want to be clouded in some sort of bar and people throw things at you. No. You can do that on Ohio Street.
Ohio Street. That's
It's much
where
more disposable.
Well, you know, For Dead in Ohio, though.
That's
That's For
right.
Dead in Ohio. It's not on Ohio, right?
The night is young.
Yeah, that's true. And he's
right.
Canadian.
Now we got another cut I'd like to play
He's another
here.
Canadian Buffalo kind of guy.
Greg, we're going to play one more cut.
Or
if
he
you
did the
don't mind.
band with Rick James in Buffalo,
Rick James is
and Neil Young. They did the band together in Buffalo.
No, I was not aware of that,
In
but
the 60s, yeah.
we did have Rick James come often to the Continental and
Yeah, that's
hang
right.
with us,
Did he come with his bodyguards?
yes.
Greg,
Lord,
we're
are you
gonna
going to speak in this episode?
Greg, we're going to have another cut off the record, so I'm going to play Death of a Nation. Is this
Why?
about Canada or the United States?
United States.
Or about any nation in particular? Or
Well, I thought you read what is about the Reagan era.
This was written in the Reagan era.
About
so it's an oldie.
About Ronald Reagan's administration.
This was written
right?
about Ronald
Death
Reagan.
of American nation, correct?
That was Death of a Nation, and you can attribute it to anywhere, because when we went up to Europe after that, you could say that pretty much about any of the countries we went into.
Good point.
There's a lot of people who could transfer that information into their own situation.
Take it away.
This is a catchy one.
This one's going to be good. Right here. All right, here we go.
God, I hope this is the right one.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is it. I sort of remember this song. Vague recollection. Right. It sounds a little bit like the
Beautiful.
Dead Kennedys there, doesn't it? Like
Does it
the
sound like Dead
Keep On,
Kennedys? Is there a
Keep On
Dead
song
Kennedys
on
feel to that?
In God We Trust. It
that how
sort
you
of
feel?
sounds like that.
No, that wasn't.
Sounds like.
Well, everybody's going to have their own feel or take on what it might sound like.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something that when we started playing, we didn't have a lot of cover tunes because we were not good enough to play anybody else's songs.
Mm-hmm.
It was just much easier to play the ones we made up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
Yes.
Are you a Dodgers fan? I see your Dodgers bag with you.
Yes.
So that's your team?
And Dodgers are.
So you must have been crushed last October.
That was not good.
But you probably felt great in '88.
Well, yeah, it's been a while.
Remember that home run?
like my 1967 Topps
Yeah,
cards
he's got a
t-shirt.
top shirt on.
Yeah, they didn't have Topps cards in Canada. They had OPG.
O-Peachy.
Yeah. It was a variation of Topps cards.
You got a collection of those, Tim?
I have the hockey cards.
Oh, the hockey. You know, I went to Scotty Bowen's house and interviewed him.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, and he I asked him kind of all silly kind of questions, and he was really nice. He had miniature Stanley Cups in his
Yes.
in a little cabinet that he'd won, and then downstairs he took us down in his basement, and he had a whole basement filled with memorabilia about himself. He had stacks of Scotty Bowman cards. He had pictures of himself with George Bush and with Pierre Trudeau and all these people.
Did he have the Stanley Cup there?
No, he had replications of these. They were.
She asked if you could do a shot of Kessler off one of his Stanley Cups.
Yes, I did. and
Cool.
And Scotty said yes.
He's
and in his living room, he had 4 of the teams that he coached, a custom-made rug that had he had the logos for 4 of the teams. I forget which team he didn't have on there, maybe St. Louis. But he had 4 in his living room. It was cool.
Blues, Red Wings,
he had the Sabres on it?
He had the Sabres. Well, he lived in Western New York still, so
Okay.
Yeah, he had the Sabres on it. I bet you he probably thought, well, I got to put the Sabres on it because I live here. What if someone comes over to the house and say, oh, you have all these other teams? You want that would make sense. Though. You want the Stanley Cup all the time with every other teams.
Except the Sabres. So
Yeah.
when you left, he flipped it back over, and it was St. Louis.
Yeah, right. When I left the house,
Same colors.
Laura, are you going to speak during this episode?
Yeah, it's Lori.
Yeah, I was going to say, when did he find time to do that and still run the Enterprise in engineering?
Okay, Scotty,
Oh,
Star Trek.
I gotcha.
All right.
Whatever means necessary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, he was good because wasn't he the only guy with a red shirt that was never killed?
He wasn't the only guy.
That's right. He was the only red shirt person who didn't get killed. Did you ever? The other ones were just in and out all the time, right?
His
The
didn't
old
have-
in and out.
His didn't have a target on the back.
Greg, speaking of the old in and out, I was watching your movie today for the first time.
You saw part of it. I thought it.
I saw it. No, I saw about till Beth Kennedy came on the screen. I left. That's
So you saw
one
the
with
whole
North
thing up
Park.
to Beth Kennedy?
Up until about the 30-minute mark, and then I saw it today before I came here because you gave me the DVD.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's a pretty solid movie. Tim, have you seen his movie?
Which one?
The Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
I've
Or
heard
Catcher in
about
the
it,
Rye.
and I wanted to see that.
Give him a copy before he
I think it's
leaves.
a wonderful idea.
Thank you.
I was up
Yeah.
here in July, and it hadn't been debuted yet.
Right.
And so I was really hoping to catch that. I think it's a wonderful story, wonderful idea, and I was quite impressed that you are doing such wonderful art.
Thanks.
It was
Went over really well. We got a good review from the Buffalo News saying it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Lori did the editing.
Yeah.
It was very. I have to see it now.
Well, maybe we'll send a DVD to you.
Can you take it across state lines?
You know what? There might be
I got to go
I
through
thought-
TSA.
Well, no, maybe I just send it to you in New Mexico at your house.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
in the mail. It'll
do.
cross state lines still, but it'll be in the mail.
Oh, good.
We sent it to other people in the mail. So yeah, it's really been good because I've been for the last month since we showed it, people have been coming to me and saying, great, 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 or they've been saying, put me in your next movie, or they've been saying, congratulations, I haven't seen it. People have been saying, congratulations, I haven't seen it. I got a lot of that, so it's been really. I'm glad you like it.
I liked it. It was good. It was.
Well, I read the write-up
two
on
big
it,
thumbs up.
and the write-up was very right on. I mean, the fact that the book was in the pocket, and
Right.
the correlations of the life, and I thought that was a great tack at making a story.
Yeah, my wife came up with it. My wife Paula in the other room. She thought of it. I just thought, let's do something Catcher in the Rye you like, and she.
Greg, I
said,
really thought you captured the spirit of the thing.
Yeah, thanks. She thought, it was a cool concept to show how we thought Catcher in the Rye influenced Chapman to shoot Lennon.
Yeah.
And it did work out. Lori did fantastic editing, and
Thank you.
Except the ending was kind of abrupt.
the murder.
The ending. No, it just said fame.
Well, yeah.
You know, he's talking to
oh.
Barbara Walters, and, then it ends.
Yeah, well, because that was.
And then
the
you have like a whole bunch of different add-ons at the end.
yeah, well, the thing is,
Credits.
Yeah, well, I know
we
they were a
started
lot.
with Larry King talking
Yeah.
to Chapman, and then we ended with Barbara Walters talking to Chapman. And it was just that one question we wanted in about, why'd you kill him?
No.
Because he was saying to Larry King he killed him because of the book, and then he kind of came clean with Barbara Walters that I did it because I thought he'd get fame from it.
Did he really say that to her?
Yeah,
I never saw it.
Yeah, we just took our actor and had him
No.
do the Chapman dialogue with Larry King
He
and
said, I
Barbara
thought
Walters.
if I killed him, I would acquire his fame.
Yeah, and of course Fame we played because
Yeah.
Lennon co-wrote it.
Did you ever want to be famous, Tim, in a rock and roll band?
Did you ever care, Tim?
To some degree, yes. I would have loved to have been able to be supported by the art of doing music and so forth. I think it would be great. I also now have seen a lot of people who have had some fame, and it doesn't do good things for their life. So,
You know famous people? Like a couple, moderately famous, musicians or whatever that.
I do know a few, and I do know that the precautions they have to take in their life with their children and where they live and where they know and who's at school and things like that are extraordinary things that,
Yeah.
I don't have to think about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's lucky you.
Is Wicked Tension Tantrum Rock? 'Cause I saw on Facebook it said Tantrum Rock.
We had our first label was Tantrum Rock because that's how we branded our sound. Instead of punk rock or hardcore or anything, it was Tantrum Rock.
What's the difference?
We felt that it wasn't either of those genres. It was something that was somewhere between Europe and the U.S., influenced by New York, Canada, and so forth. And it was more music to throw a fit by, or you
My
know,
whole life.
you could show children in a mall doing that and just play our music over it, and it would probably blend in.
Are there other bands that would fit into the tantrum rock genre? Or is it just you singularly or the tantrum rock
I
genre?
think we haven't let anybody else into the party yet.
Would you let someone in, or if they came up with the right tantrum rock style?
Probably we would. I think the Minutemen were close.
I saw them.
We wanted
Off
Husker
stage.
Du in, but then they got really melodic, but they're darn good.
Yeah, I remember seeing the other band at the. What'd you say? What they call?
Minutemen.
Minutemen. Yeah, I saw them at Buff
Who's
State.
that? Mike Watt?
Buff State. I saw them.
Yeah, I remember the Minutemen.
Did you go to that gig? The Buff State gig?
I think I probably did. I went to
think
so
you might
many
have been
things
there.
back
You were-
then. Yeah.
You were really rocking back in the
Yeah, I was.
early and mid 80s.
I didn't have any Minutemen
Then
records.
something happened
though.
to you.
I'm reading about them now in that John Doe book.
Oh yeah, John Doe's good.
Yeah, the X book he did. He
Yeah.
wrote that. I got
It's a
that at
good
your
book.
library, Greg. I didn't see it at the library today.
I was there, but maybe you missed me.
I
went
missed you.
there till 3.
Well, see, the problem was I returned all my videos today, and because of the holiday yesterday, I didn't think they would take them back. So I only have a $4 fine because there were 4 videos and they were like a day late.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could get that nixed for me. You know, if you could. I mean, you
No,
got
I
some
don't- I
clout
don't
there.
really-
Shades
I'm
of
sorry,
Blockbuster.
I wish I could nix it for you.
Come on, man, late
I wish
fees.
I could nix and fix it. I'm
Come
sorry.
on, all
Just
right.
give them
all right.
$4.
$4.
I don't want to give them $4.
So this is an earlier album here that I have. This is a tension on it, and it doesn't say Wicked Tension. This must be an earlier one.
Is
That-
that Wicca tension?
No, I'm saying instead of saying Wicked Tension, it says Tension only. That's
Correct.
an earlier one.
That was about when we were getting together around the time for the reunion show, and John Simon was very kind of us to let us use his studio.
Did he cut your hair too?
I wish he did.
He charges a lot of money, so he probably couldn't cut your hair for,
Right.
pro bono.
Right.
You go to him, don't you, Tim?
No, he doesn't have a store anymore. He closed up, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He moved on, didn't he? Move on or move?
When
to
did he
some-
move on?
I don't know, about maybe 10 years ago or something.
No, that couldn't have been 10 years ago. I was in the store. I was in the
7 years
shop.
ago.
No, I was
6.
in the shop recently.
It's been gone for a few. I haven't lived
It
on
might
Elmwood
have
in
been
a
like
while.
I last time when in his shop was probably like 3 years ago. So
Okay,
it might have
3 years
closed
then.
after that. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he let you
No, it was
record
like
the harder,
2
deeper,
2 years
faster.
ago.
Yes.
No, 2
3.
years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. Harder,
2.
deeper, faster. He let you record it.
No, he's
Oh,
right. 3.
Yes,
Three,
he
yeah.
had us as a studio set up.
Oh, harder, faster, deeper. I'm sorry.
Yes, we were in his basement studio and recorded a few songs, and he mixed them down and mastered them so that we could get a little promo out. And it was wonderful. John's been very supportive of us, and you know he's just a wonderful person.
He's a great guy. He's so charismatic too.
Yes, he
He
is.
lights up a room.
He's very much so, and he's done great music with the different bands. Cellophane Cello is in, and a few of the others. And my goodness, he's a talent. He's a talented man.
He is. He played with The Moment. Do you remember The Moment? He played with them for a while, in the 80s.
Well, I do remember the Three Gyms, but
Before the 3 Gyms, he played with them. Actually, I have a good story about John Simon.
All right, go ahead. Shoot, Greg.
He was playing with The Moment in '83. There was a free show in Elmwood in the Panos area.
Yeah.
And he was playing at a parking lot,
I
and he
remember
came
that.
out, and he came out with his guitar off the stage. So he's playing a guitar solo, so he's
Right.
really rocking. So the rest of the band's on stage, and he's out there showing off, and I'm dancing like an idiot. You know, I'm 18, and he comes over to me while he's playing guitar solo. I thought it was cool that I was out there dancing. He says, "Greg, move the fuck out of my way. No one can see me." Like he wanted everyone to watch him play the guitar solo, and I was like dancing near him, thinking I'm really into this. And he told me to get the fuck out of the way.
Get out of the way,
I'll
Greg.
never-
Get out of the way.
So you don't have lyric sheets for these albums, though, Tim? Don't you want to get your lyrics across to people with lyric sheets? Death of a Nation, Harder, Faster, Deeper.
Sir?
Greg, we could play
Poster in
another.
there?
We could play another cut. We could play Reload. Okay, Greg. Here's Reload. Are you ready?
Is this not track 2? Okay. Then we'll go to my question.
Is this Reload?
Is this Reload?
Reload is the last song that Jay DeCastro wrote.
No, this is
You-
Come to Rest, I think, isn't it?
This is, yeah.
Come to Rest.
So this is still a good
This
one.
is
though. This is the first track?
The first
Come to Rest?
track.
Yeah.
Let's listen to Come to Rest.
It's very short. So this was recorded in the 80s?
This song was recorded
Recently.
Yeah.
17, it says here.
2017.
All these songs were, or there's some from back in the day?
These songs were recorded in the last 4 years
Oh,
and assembled here. Some of them were written.
right. Did you record anything back in the 80s?
Yes.
Did you have a
You-
record out?
You had singles, didn't you?
We had a 7-inch called Pericola de Morte, which is worth about $300 now.
300?
Yeah. There was
Why?
Kind of like the,
I mean, I'm not
Tymn
saying-
thing. It's rarity.
Really?
It's a
Punk
rarity.
rarity.
Mhm.
The more rare things are,
Collectors, yeah.
and of
Wow.
course, it would have been less rare if you were superstars.
Yes, we would have made more.
Well, that's why you would have been more. But the record would have been worth less.
What label was that on? What?
That was
collectors.
that was on Tantrum Records,
Wow.
and yeah, we recorded it at Select Sound. We went into a battle of the bands and won some recording time.
Ah,
So it was wonderful that we would go to these places and do the battles with. At this time, it was the spandex era.
yeah.
So guys
Yeah.
with the Marshall stacks and
I remember those days.
and hair bigger than ours, were out
Correct. You
there
remember
jumping
those
around.
Yeah, of course.
And then when they were done, they'd tear down, and we would bring up a chair and put a PV amp on it and run the bass direct and be louder, harder, faster than that band.
I think
was.
you were harder, faster, deeper. Actually, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Harder, faster,
I had them out of order there.
Tim, what about lyrics though? You don't have? Do you have lyrics available on the internet or something?
Yes,
So people can-
you can find us at Wicked Tension on Facebook and wickedtension.com, and lyrics are there.
oh, good.
I
So
do
that
wanna
way you
put 'em
message
in.
for it, yeah.
In fact, just last night, I was playing some of the newer tracks that we're doing, and my mom says, "You have such good words, but no one can hear them." So
Well, I mean, you can't hear every single word necessarily in every track, so that's why I'm saying get the words across. Yeah.
we're hoping with this new one, we have about 7 tracks recorded already. We have time Friday. We're recording some more. By the time we get to about 13 or 15 tracks, I really want to go back and do a large vinyl with pull out with the whole
With lyric sheet?
with lyric sheet, like we used to sit back in our rooms, get the new album out,
Yeah.
play it, and read along with the lyrics.
Oh,
And
Yeah, I love those days.
so that's what we want to recreate with the rebirth of vinyl, is to get the big lyric sheet out.
That's good because vinyl has shut up in the last 10 to 15 years.
That's
Well,
why I haven't
CDs
gotten rid of
is-
mine.
Yeah, vinyl is definitely. In fact, our Catcher in the Rye movie with Diamonds is Catcher in the Rye Diamond. We put it in an album cover, 12-inch album cover, because there's
Right.
that so-called White Album by the Beatles. So I had Lori.
Got one here.
Oh yeah, we got one here. You bring it in.
All right.
And so we have it in a 12-inch album cover because I like the deluxe thing. We have a poster in it, and we have a double disc, so it's real. You saw how big
Yeah,
it-
Greg, how
big it
come
is?
I'm not on the
Giant.
poster?
It's just people that are in the movie or involved. In
Marty
the
and
movie.
Susan are in the movie.
I said involved or in the movie.
What do they do?
They gave us their house to use for the one scene.
What scene was that?
It's a scene with Beth Lewitsky's daughter.
Oh,
So it doesn't have
that's
the
where that
little-
was shot. I didn't know that.
say The Beatles in the front there, right?
No, well, yeah, and then see we have a giant poster,
There you go. This is
and
what
we have double disc, and there's a 28-page booklet that Lori did. So
That's wonderful.
So this, how the White Album has a giant collage poster. So my wife does collages, so she collaged. Well, you show this on the. You should hold this up,
She
maybe, Lori.
decollaged.
She decollaged. So that's all the actors and the people that lent us their houses in the movie.
There's Beth.
Are
That's
that-
like-
over the Beatle poster. You still got the Beatle poster underneath. You still see Paul McCartney and Lennon a lot.
Wow.
But over that was all the people that who acted in it. Or
There's
were- or
Melania
had-
right there.
That's Melania. Yeah, Trump's
I can
Donald's
always
on.
pick
Donald's on there in a Henry VIII costume up there, and I'm on there several times. I'm there naked, holding my wife. You see the Rolling Stone thing? That's me naked holding my wife Paula. That's a nice poster. So we like the deluxe
Yeah,
thing
that is
too
cool.
for us. I can see it's nice to have a deluxe production. Whether it's
Yeah.
whether it's a DVD or in your case, it'd be vinyl.
That is
So-
a great poster, man. She did a good job with that.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
I
job.
would
Isn't
put
that
on my
beautiful?
wall.
Come on, give a round of applause.
Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody
This
would
is
ever
wonderful.
know where it came from. If you put it on your wall, they'd say, "Oh, that's nice. What is?"
Oh, it's wonderful. People
nice,
need to
isn't
do
it?
more
Yeah.
posters on the wall.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. So we thought we'd go with because so-called White Album had the poster. We thought
Right.
we have to have the poster inside. So I thought it up, and then Lori did
Fantastic.
all the work. All this is Lori's work, except for
That's
the
Lori's.
collage my wife put together.
Oh yeah, manufacturing the set.
The manufacturing of all this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. It's nice to have the big production. To have the
Right.
whether it's vinyl, whether it's a DVD, and
This is Richards, so I
yeah.
Right.
commandeered it.
Well,
I know. You just want to show it on the
I know.
air.
I do remember when we did do a 7-inch, I wanted to put it in a 12-inch cover and title it "Don't Be Fooled by Packaging." And
yeah.
when they opened it up, this 7-inch
Kinda
came
like-
out. So
Yeah, we got this inside it, so which